Okay, here we go. Graphing horizontal and vertical lines. Turn your paper over. We're going to talk about something. You're going to learn, take that out. You're going to learn the last thing that I'm making you memorize. So I've made you memorize Dr. XY left his ID in his office. I've made you memorize rocks. Hopefully you got those two things down. Today we're going to talk about hoy bucks. Okay?
Hoy bucks.
Hoy bucks. So I want you to write on the back. H, real big. O-Y V-U-X. Hoy bucks. Okay. Hoy bucks is used to help you guys with horizontal and vertical lines. There's a lot of things that go on with horizontal and vertical lines. They have different looking equations. Okay, they have different types of slope. They're straight lines across or up and down. They're not at a diagonal. Okay, they just got some different things that go with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what all of these words are going to mean. So the first letter, the H and the V. H stands for horizontal. Now, we talked about Lion King in here, right?
No.
I never talked about the Lion King?
No. Yeah, I talked about was the Dr. XY.
I know, but I've talked about the Lion King. Okay, remember I talked about Simba on Pride Rock?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't talk about this.
Yes, we did.
And Simba is off looking at the what? Horizon. And when he looks at the horizon, he's looking left to right. Horizon sounds like horizontal. Okay? So horizontal goes left to right, like the horizon. Let me zoom in some here. Okay? And you can even draw your little sun on here, like the horizon, if that'll help you remember it, whatever you need to do. Okay, so H stands for horizontal. V stands for vertical.
Looking up and down.
If horizontal is like the horizon, side to side, vertical would be up and down. I don't have a fancy way to remember that. You just got to know it's the other one. Okay, so the first two letters, H and V, stand for horizontal, vertical. That's just your type of line. Is it going side to side, or is your line going up and down? Your second letter tells you what type of slope they have. Okay? The O looks like what? A 0. So this is going to be 0 slope. So if you have a horizontal line, what type of slope does it have? 0. Okay? For vertical, if you've got an up and down line, what type of slope? U stands for undefined. Undefined slope. Okay, so first letter tells you what type of line, side to side or up and down. Second letter tells you what type of slope they have. Your third letter. Anytime you have an equation, okay, anytime you have a line on a graph. So if we're using hoy bucks, it's because I either have a straight line, side to side, or I've got a line up and down on a graph. Anytime you have a line on a graph, it has to have an equation. Every line has to have an equation. Okay? So my equation for hoy, for a horizontal line, it would start out as y equals a number. Whatever number it is, wherever the line is on the graph, your equation is always just y equals a number. It's not y equals mx plus b. There's not going to be an x there. It's y equals one number. Are y'all listening or are y'all looking in the hallway?
No.
Okay. Y equals one number. Okay, so the last letter stands for the equation. Well, if hoy is y equals a number, what do you think bucks is going to be? X equals some number. Just one number. That's all it is. Okay? So hoy bucks. Anytime you're talking about straight lines like this, side to side or up and down, you're going to write Hoy Bucks on your paper. Okay? Any questions? All right, flip it over. All right, it says blank and blank. So horizontal and vertical lines are what we call special cases. Why are they special? Because they have different looking equations and different looking slopes. Okay, that's why they're special. Different equations, different slopes. It says plot the points and draw the line that goes through them. So I'm going to go plot all of these points. X, Y. Okay? First off, before you plot, look up here. What do you notice about the points? Well, if I label all of them, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, all the Y's are what? The same. They're all 3. Okay. So let's go plot these points. First, I'm going to plot 7, 3. So I'm going to go positive 7 on the X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my Y is 3, so I'm going to go up 3 and plot my point. Then negative 4, 3. So I'm going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the X. Up 3. 1, 3. So positive 1, up 3. Negative 6, 3. So backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 3. And then draw my line. Okay. Let me zoom on just a little bit. There we go. What do you, okay, so what type of line is it? Horizontal or vertical? It's a horizontal line. So right here, I want you to write Hoy. And I'm going to use Hoy to help me answer all of these questions. Use Hoy to help you answer the questions. So my equation for a horizontal line. Well, my equation, H stands for horizontal, O stands for 0 slope, Y stands for Y equals a number. Okay, so my equation is going to come from this Y. So it's Y equals a number. Well, what is the Y? The Y's are 3. So every Y is going to be 3. Forever to the left, forever to the right. Y's are always going to be 3 because the line goes on the 3. Okay? Then M stands for what? Slope. So what's my slope for a Hoy line? 0. What does B stand for? Y-intercept. Does it cross the y-axis?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, it crosses the y-axis.
Oh.
It crosses right here at the y-axis. And what is that? 3. Does it cross the x-axis?
No.
No, and it will never cross the x-axis. So my x-intercept is going to be none. Not 0. If you say 0, then you're telling me it goes through the 0 on the x. And it doesn't go through the 0 on the x. So there's not 1. Okay? Domain and range. Let's talk about this. Domain is your what? You should have Dr. XY left his ID in his office. Domain stands for X. Range stands for Y. Okay. X. If I was to do reading the book, right? Because that's how we do this. If I read the book, what's the first thing I touch?
0.
What's the last thing I touch?
Arrow.
So what does 2 arrows mean?
All real numbers.
All real numbers. It's going to touch every X because it goes on forever this way and it goes on forever this way. So it's going to touch all the X's. Okay? Now Y. If I do the elevator, the very first thing I touch is what?
Arrow.
All the dots. And all the dots are what Y?
3.
3. What's the last thing I touch?
Nothing.
3 again. Okay? You touch 3 once. right? Okay, so now, what is my y?
3.
3. It's always going to be what? 3. So my y equals 3. It's always going to be 3. It's never going to change. It's only got one domain, or one range, and it's going to be 3. It's to say function. How do I determine if it's a function or not?
The x is repeated.
If the x's repeat, okay, I can look here and see if do the x's repeat, or I could do the vertical line test. Would it pass the vertical line test? If I drew a vertical line anywhere, it would only touch the vertical line once. So yes. Why or why not? X's don't repeat. Questions? Was that so bad? You guys said it would be hard. No, it wasn't so bad. Okay, look at example 2. What do I notice about all these points? All the x's are the same. All the x's are what? -5. Okay, so let's graph these. X, y, label your x's. All right, so my first point, -5, 2. The x is -5, so I'm going to go backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y is 2, so up 2, put my dot. Then I'm going to go -5, -4, so backwards 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, put my dot. And then again, -5, 6, so backwards 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -5, -8, backwards 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw your line. Okay, what type of line is this? Vertical line. So I want you to write Bucks to help us answer the questions. Okay, what does V stand for? Vertical. U stands for? Undefined slope. X stands for? X equals a number. So my equation now, I'm going to use the X. So my equation is X equals a number. Well, where does it cross all the X's? At -5. Okay, M stands for slope. What's my slope?
0.
The U stands for? U stands for undefined slope. I'm going to say UNDEF because there's not enough room. B. What's B stand for? Y-intercept. Does it cross the y-axis? No. So do I put 0? No. You put none. I can't say 0 or you're telling me that it crosses to 0 and it doesn't. My x-intercept, does it cross the x-axis? Yes, where? -5. Okay, domain and range. You should have Dr. XY left his ID in his office. Domain stands for what?
X.
Range stands for? Y. Okay. My x's. So I'm going to read the book. What's the first thing I touch? -5. And then I touch it. That's the only thing I touch is -5. So what's my domain?
X equals -5.
X equals -5. Always. Okay? My range, ride the elevator. First thing I touch is arrow. Last thing I touch is
Arrow, so all real
numbers. You're going to touch every Y. Is this a function?
No.
No. Why?
Because X repeats.
No, because X's repeat. Good. Okay. Example 3. Graph. Can I graph this?
Yeah.
Not yet. You're right. What do I have to do first?
Get the Y by itself.
Get the y by itself. So solve. Yep. Draw your line. What do I do? Minus 7. Get rid of that positive 7. I got to subtract 7. Okay. 7 minus 7. 0. I'm left with y equals. Can I combine 0 and negative 7?
Yes.
Yeah, they're like terms. What's 0 minus 7?
-7.
Negative 7. Okay, I have y equals a number. So if I have y equals a number, is that hoy or bucks?
Hoy.
Hoy.
Hoy bucks. Hoy.
All right, so my slope for hoy is what? The middle letter tells me my slope, which is 0. Okay, we need to graph it first, so let's graph it. X and y axis. Now, it's y equals negative 7, right? So I'm going to go to my y-axis because it is y equals. So go to your y-axis and put a dot on negative 7. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because it's y equals negative 7, what type of line am I going to have? H stands for horizontal. And horizontal sounds like horizon. And horizon goes which way? Left to right. Okay, B stands for y-intercept. Does it cross the y-axis?
Yes.
Yes, where? Negative 7. Does it cross the x-axis?
No.
So no, my x-intercept is none. Doing okay? Is that too fast? A little bit? Do you have any questions? Okay. Example 4. We're going to graph this. Can I graph it how it looks? No. What do I need to do? Solve for x. What do I get rid of? Negative 2, so I need to add 2. Negative 2 plus 2, cancel. I'm left with x equals. Can I combine 0 and 2?
Yes.
Yes, they're like terms. So x equals a number. If I have x equals a number, what do I have? Bucks. So now we're going to graph it. X, Y. Because it's x equals 2, I need to go to the x-axis and put a dot on 2. All right, if I've got bucks, what type of line am I going to have?
Undefined.
A vertical line. Vertical, does that go sideways or up and down? Up and down. So draw your line up and down. Okay, what's my slope for a vertical line? The U stands for undefined. Undefined slope. What's my B? Good, y-intercept. Does it cross the y-axis?
No.
Nope, so none. Does not cross the y-axis. What about x-intercept?
Yes.
It crosses the x-axis at 2. Questions? Oops. Questions? Boy bucks. That's the last thing that you have to memorize. Okay? So you got Dr. XY left his ID in his office, boy bucks, and rocks.